Good day, everybody. This is Divine Readings with a Gypsy, and I am going to do a review on all my Native American tarot decks, or my Native American decks, I should say, because I got some Oracle decks in here as well. And I feel like this video is way past due because I have quite the collection of Native American decks, and it's an ongoing Native American decks as well. I think I got every single popular Native American decks. I don't know one yet that I don't have by this point, but I'm pretty sure I don't have one or two of them. And I'm going to start by saying that I was going to do a review of these Native American books as well, but I'm going to have to do a separate video for them just because I haven't read all the books and don't know all the books enough to give a very good review of them, I think. So I'm going to show off my Native American decks. These are my medicine cards. I've actually had them for about 2 years. I just have not used them. And I have the Eagle. I actually don't know why I haven't used these. I've trimmed these, by the way, because they're actually kind of halfway decent. Because they have all my animals that I possibly could want in this particular deck. I have the otters, I got the butterflies, I got the bears, I got the whales. I think even got 2 types of whales. I'm not sure. They got meese, porcupines, coyotes, dogs, wolves, ravens, crows, mountain lions. This actually is not such a bad tarot deck. Not tarot deck, but oracle deck. And the book is phenomenal about the wheel. The medicine wheel. And it's actually pretty good for basic Native American traditions as well, believe it or not. I just don't use this deck very often, and I don't know why. I even trimmed it down. The only complaint I have is that the cardstock of this deck is like paper thin. That's the only complaint I have. And it was really big before I trimmed it, and I'm glad that I trimmed it down. It's a really good animal deck. I kind of recommend it if you're into the Native American animals in the animal deck and you want a kind of a basic Native American theme, or even just a basic medicine wheel, the whole 9 yards. If you just want an intro basics, it's a good deck, and it's a good guidebook. Something a little bit more advanced than just the basic is this deck, is the Lo Scarabeo deck. It has some very beautiful archetypes in it. I would call this an archetype deck more than anything else. It's a oracle deck, but it's definitely a more archetypey oracle deck. Whereas the guidebook goes through the archetypes, and even the people cards in this deck are very archetypal. I like it because it doesn't have any keywords on it, and you can just do it based solely on intuition. It's a very beautiful deck. I actually want to work with it a lot more. I traded this deck for my... What was it? The deck that I traded for? Hidden Realms. I traded this for my Hidden Realms because I don't like Hidden Realms. I don't know if I would ever repurchase Hidden Realms either. It's too early to tell. But I like this deck. It has everything you could possibly want for a Native American deck. It's really, really good. I'm actually glad that I got that one. That one's a really good one for oracle decks. This one is kind of like an oracle deck, but it's its own system. It's a tarot deck, supposed to be a tarot deck, but it's really its own system. It's the Lo Scarabeo It's the Los Scarabeo, Native American deck. And many of you probably do have this one in your collection. It's just something that you never use because it's a hard one to connect to if you're not into the Native American traditions and the folklores. You have to really know the folklores and the traditions and know what white buffaloes mean, or the big beaver means, or the this means, or the that means. You really got to know your stuff to really know this deck and have it work for you as a definitory means. I'm not very good with this deck either, but I did try to do the tarot perspective with it, and it actually helped my relationship with doing so. I might have to do another self-tarot perspective for that deck. One that I'm actually curious about using for myself, but I have not used for myself quite yet, I need some time with it, is the Medicine Woman. I think that's what it is, the Medicine Woman Tarot. It's the Medicine Wheel, Medicine Woman's Tarot deck. It's a very beautiful deck. I love it. It has white people in it. I don't mean to be racist, but it has white people in it versus Native American people. In a way, I actually like it for being a white people Native American deck, because most people who, in the United States at least, that say that they're Native American, they look white. I don't, like I said, no race pun intended, but we as a nation have really killed off all of our Native Americans, and we also have inbred with a lot of the Native Americans, so a lot of us who claim that they're Native Americans that don't look like Native Americans. I'm not Native, but my husband is, and he looks very white. But that's kind of what my point being is. That's another reason why I kind of like this deck, because we are really diluted with our heritage, Native American heritage. And I think the new Native Americans, in a way, are going to be through traditions versus blood. I think that's one thing that is going to definitely be the future if it isn't already. And that's kind of why I like that deck in a way. It sounds racist and it sounds bad, but trust me, I don't mean it in any derogatory kind of way. And this one is a new addition to my deck collection, which is the Native American Tarot with the U.S. gaming systems. I love the fact that it fits in your hands in that nice sort of way. And this deck is hard. It's a very hard deck. It's all about conflicts between natives and the settlers. It has a lot of those conflicts in this deck. And it really comes through, and it's just too hard for me to want to read with. So my husband picked it up, and he only uses this deck for hard readings. This is my husband's deck, by the way. He claimed it, and he only uses it for very tough questions and very tough readings. Very beautiful. I don't know if he reads with the reversal, so that's why I'm kind of trying to keep the integrity of the reversals. It's so beautiful. I like this deck, actually. Oh, that's the cool moon card right there. Look at that. I actually do like this deck. I don't see myself reading with it. Actually, and then my last deck is one that a lot of people, I think, have, but they just don't use it, is the Native American, what is it? Not the Native American Tarot. It's a Vision Quest Tarot. And it's also a U.S. gaming systems deck. And I actually bought this deck for myself. This is a deck that I try to buy for myself. I even left the metaphysical store and was told to go back to the metaphysical store after getting in the car and driving down the road 5 minutes. I was even told in the car to go back and get this deck. And so I went back and I got this deck. And this was never my deck since. Maybe this was a deck for my husband. But this deck is one that I don't know if I will repurchase. I might repurchase this one for myself one of these days so that I can have a connection with this. And, oh my gosh, I like it. It's a Thoth-based Native American deck. And I don't know, if I knew that then versus now, I probably would have got a better connection with this deck. I would have actually used this deck a lot more for readings if I knew it was going to be a Thoth-based deck. But I think I will repurchase this deck one of these days. It's just for me, and I probably will trim it and have this version for my husband. But it's definitely a beautiful Native American tarot deck. And this has been my husband's go-to deck for the longest time. Oh my god. But yeah. And the little white book to this deck is phenomenal. It's definitely a beautiful deck. Look at that. I actually, now that I'm looking at these images of the Vision Quest Tarot, thinking that I might repurchase it for myself. It's either that or I might sell this one eventually. I don't know yet. I would have to ask my husband. He probably would tell me to get my own. I don't know yet. But those are my Native American deck collections. And the one out of all 6 of them that I've shown today that I would highly recommend is, I think the Vision Quest one is the most relatable. And the little white booklet in here is essential to the deck. I would highly recommend the Vision Quest one for a Thothy-based one. I would recommend this one for more of a tarot deck, which is the Medicine Wheel one. Medicine Woman tarot deck. I would definitely recommend this one for more of a tarot deck. And I would recommend this one as an animal deck. For a Native American animal deck. And just a flat out Native American Oracle deck, of course this one. And the other two, this one and this one, I think are really good if you really are into the Native American traditions and want to be more involved with the Native American traditions versus just superficial Native American traditions. And that's my input about it, is that I think the other two are really, really good if you just want more than just the superficial Native American traditions. Even this Oracle deck, in a way, I think is a lot better if you're more into the superficial. No. I think even this one is a little deeper than superficial, I meant. So I think that for this one, and this one is really good for the more deeper meanings of the Native Americans, whereas this one, and this one are really good for superficial Native American decks. And that's kind of what I think about my Native American decks, and I hope this does help people when they want to buy their Native American decks and what kind of Native American decks they would want. And those are my recommendations. Definitely, this is not anything to do with their guidebooks or anything. This is just by working with the decks themselves. And I hope if anybody wants another video or something like that about Native American stuff, I will try to do one. And you all have a good day.